Hi, my name is Yulin Lee. I am the Money, Wealth, and Financial Coach. Today I'm doing part 6 of the Suddenly Single Again series. And today's topic, I want to talk about resistance and resilience. Now, with most, or I should say almost all of the clients that I coach who are going through a divorce process, one thing I notice is that there's a lot of resistance to doing the work around their finances, particularly for women who have not been managing their family finances during their married years. And it's understandable, right? Because it's a very overwhelming time and it is in an area where they're probably not familiar with it anymore. And so I want to talk about how that shows up and maybe how to work around it. So usually it shows up when we talk about how to get clarity to what they collectively own right now. The client that I work with, they may not actually know what they have totally together as a collective family, or it's in our discussions about how to divvy up the assets. Which part of the asset they should ask for, or when we're talking about planning for their own future, after the divorce is done, what does their life look like financially? So in all of these discussions, there's a lot of resistance to kind of not wanting to think about it, deal with it, or just getting some clarity. And so I want to offer some help in working around that. So oftentimes you'll probably hear that when you have a fear, when you have some kind of doubt or resistance, just plow through it, right? Put some willpower and plow through it, even if you don't like it. Now, sometimes that works, but there are other times that may not work. And I think when you go through a divorce, this is the one time that the brute force may not work the best. And so I want to offer a different alternative, and which is to think about, if I don't force self-mind through it, can I work around it? So mentally, I kind of like to offer that type of approach in dealing with these issues as we go through the divorce process, is give ourselves some space and grace in dealing with these emotions that come up. So on a more practical level, what I like to suggest is do a time block on your calendar. Maybe set 1 hour aside per week to work on your finances. Now, in terms of how you spend that 1 hour, right, is that I would suggest to start with maybe just taking 2 minutes for some deep breathing, or if you're already a meditator, do a 5 to 10 minute meditation. And this is just really to help you separate from the busyness from our day-to-day lives, especially if you're going through a divorce, to give yourself some space to quiet down and get into a more calmer state, so that whatever you're going to be doing does not seem too daunting and too overwhelming. So this is just one small thing that can help set you up for success. Now, as you go through the hour, and then at the end, what I like to suggest is also to either set an extra 15 minutes if you have that time, or if you really don't, then leave out the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes for some self-care. And that could be taking a hot bath, or taking a walk with your dog, or gardening, whatever is soothing for you. And again, it's a balancing act when we do things that we have to do that we may not enjoy, and then also balance it with some self-love act by nurturing yourself a little bit and giving yourself some space for whatever that soothes you. And so I believe that when you practice this on a regular basis, and over time, this is what's going to help you build resilience to the resistance, because we're going to run into different kind of resistance anyway in life. And by learning how to work around it instead of through it, I believe sometimes it can do more to help you build that resilience muscle. All right, so I hope that's helpful, and I have other techniques that's along this line. And if you need more details, if you know someone who may need this help, feel free to message me, and I'm happy to share what some of the other tools that I use with my clients. All right. I hope that's helpful again, and I will see you next time.